Hello, everybody, and welcome to the High Schooler Opinion Podcast. I'm Greg Hamilton, one of the co hosts of this show.
And I'm Jacob Knudsen, the other co-host. We're both sophomores. We're going to give you our opinions on whatever political, social, musical, cultural, or anything that ends with an AL.
Basically, this is just what life is like from the perspective of a high schooler. So, we have some topics to talk about today. New age music. Why do high schoolers hate high school, or at least why do people think that we hate high school? And then finally, the vaping epidemic. But before we get into those topics, I just want to give some background on why we
On
started
us.
the High School Opinion podcast. Um, so Jacob actually just one day uh, approached me while I was playing
We're
PS4. He said, "Hey, why don't we start a podcast?
in
This
touch
is
with.
all just for fun, but it is actually going to get like political and
It,
serious
it's
in future
it's going
episodes. It's not all just going to be like this kind of like kiddie
happy,
stuff.
happy stuff because it is high school, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, there stuff does go on with high
Hmm.
schools and that stuff. It kind of because podcasts are normally run by adults. I
Yep.
probably only seen like one or two that are actually like based around high school. So I mean,
Hmm.
might as well
Yeah,
add on to that.
like when I go on Spotify and I look at all of these podcasts, they're all by adults, and some podcasts might be in a fictional world, some might be a news outlet podcast, but like a main thing
But
is
we're
that I see
just
all of them are adults, and I thought, well, what that would be cool, and it would also be really cool if people, adults, high schoolers, people who are younger than high schoolers, really whoever listens to this, what if they got
really
their opinion from a high
they
schooler?
yeah. I mean, like kind of like because I know adults sometimes don't always
Hmm.
look at high schoolers and get their opinions on stuff. So might as
Yep,
well just open up, see how we feel.
that is the high schooler opinion. That's the whole gist of it. Anyway, sorry about that. But
Anyways,
let's.
going into our first topic.
Yep, new age music. Jacob, what do you think about new age music?
Uh, there's a lot. Um, I mean, I do like some songs, don't get me wrong. Some songs have grown on to me, like Feel It Still by Portugal the Man.
Ah, good song.
Rockstar by Post Malone, of course.
And 21 Savage.
And 21 Savage. But I mean, other songs like the techno dubstep kind of stuff there is now. I can't really get into it, me being like a um,
Really?
80s like hard rock kind of person, like Metallica, Nirvana, that whole like
Mm.
80s 90s kind of feel.
Hmm.
Uh, Other than that, yes, there are some songs that kind of grow on me, kind of are catchy.
And I
Some songs I
totally
like.
agree. I totally agree. Um, I personally am totally fine with this new age music. Although I will say the rap genre has kind of dominated the industry, and what I don't like about rap is that a lot of rappers actually mumble while they perform
Rap
their song. Yeah, rap.
while they rap,
And
basically.
yeah. So I when I'm listening to music or a rap song in this case, I want to like hear and understand the music, not like some mumble. Although I am fine with some rappers, like for instance Future and Migos. Those are good. I'm also into Chance the Rapper, Miguel, Childish Gambino. All of those fantastic people, and I love rap. Personally, I'm actually into a lot of genres, like the wide. I'm in a wide spectrum of genres.
Like like all but a few genres.
No, I would sufficiently say that I like every single genre. And when I say that, a lot of people are like immediately jokingly say like, "Oh, do you mean country?" And I'm honestly like, I mean, it's I wouldn't listen to country in my free time. Like I wouldn't put it on a Spotify playlist. But if someone was into country and they put it on during a road trip, yeah, I guess I'd listen.
I mean,
Um, like honestly, Blake Sheldon though, that's the man.
mean, I do listen to some country songs like Alan Jackson.
Really,
That was
Jackson?
my stuff when I was a young lad. Like there
Yeah.
are some country songs I listen to today. Not like 100% of the time, but you got to be in a certain mood to like hear a certain song. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. 100% agree. 100%. Like I love
You,
listening to fast-paced, hardcore kind of like rock songs when I want to work out. It just gives me more energy.
I mean, you
Like
got to be in a certain mood to listen to a certain like type of song.
100%. 100%. So now to summarize, overall, new age music, I'm fine with it. I'm really fine with any genre. And really, except for mumble rap, I can't listen to it. I don't like it. What's your take on it?
I mean, it's not bad. I would prefer if rap did not dominate like 90% of the business.
Hmm.
But other than that, I mean, it's all right.
All
I
right.
can live with it.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is why do high schoolers, students, whatever, why do they hate high school? Or at least why do people think that we hate high school? Because personally, I don't hate high school.
I really separate high school into like two different sections. Like it's like straight down the middle. There's the education portion, and then there's also the social
Yes.
portion.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't think that like high schoolers or like the students actually like full on hate high school. Like
Hmm.
I hate this fucking place kind of thing.
Definitely.
I think they mainly like when people think of high school, they think of education and like that like buffer between like middle school and college. That's what they think
Yes.
of. They don't think of like the social aspect because I mean that is basically in my eyes what high school is. It's a place where you like meet your friends because the people you meet in high school you're gonna know for the rest of your lives. Not like in middle school where they backstab you and all that, two face you, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm. Yeah, like I always hear about adults saying middle school was the worst, high school was the best. You need to go to high school and you need to like it because it's like one of the last fun times you have. And also I totally agree with you in the aspect of half of it is social, half of it is educational because I personally am a social butterfly. I like socializing, I like talking with people, and I just like hanging around. And so I always hang out with like friends. And with the educational part, I feel like with the introduction of Common Core, actually it's been here for a while, but
How
with
long has
that,
it been here?
oh, I don't know, uh, but m- multiple years, multiple years. Um, anyway, with that, it basically teaches students, hey, rather than taking these three different paths, whichever one is easiest for you, uh, just go down this path and this path only. You must show all your work, and even if you got the right answer, but you did it a different way, we're gonna get rid of some of your some points on that question because you didn't do it the way we taught you, which I feel that's really bad if they hinder your creative abilities. I feel like that 100% shouldn't happen, and Common Core should honestly just be uh, taken out of the education system
Yeah,
in
I mean,
whole.
you can't deny that Common Core in some ways are like some ways Common Core is terrible.
Yes.
Like where it cuts off like the creative freedom that you do have to solve like a math problem where you could go this entirely different route and it, sure it impresses the teacher like oh
But it doesn't
I
get you
didn't know you
points.
could do it this way but it doesn't get you points
Hmm.
which is it kind of hinder like in some cases it hinders like how smart you can like
Yeah.
how smart you are if that makes any sense.
So overall, let's go back to the beginning. Do we hate high school? I overall high school. No, I don't hate it. I just wish the education system could kind of be revamped a little bit.
uh, I mean I feel the same way. I do not I like high school.
Yeah.
where I've met some of my best friends.
Yeah,
But
the social aspect about high school is the best. Like I honestly can't stand summer break all that much, or really just long
yeah,
breaks in general.
yeah, summer break. I feel like it shouldn't be that long.
Hmm. Which is
Like I think
surprising. You never hear about kids saying, "Man, I really wish summer break was shorter."
until well, I think that sometimes only because literally half like all my friends go out like out of state, out of country, apart from like two or three, and those people
Oh yeah,
honestly
the reason why
get pretty
I
boring after a while.
yes, the reason why I want it to be shorter, or at least I would prefer it to be that way, is because I live 20 minutes away from school. Everyone that goes to my high school or our high school um, lives near there, within like a 1 or 2 mile radius. You live 2 miles away from school, right?
Yeah, I yeah, I can live about 2 miles.
Yeah, and he has friends around there. I, however, live near like 19, 20 miles away from school, and there is no one in my neighborhood that's within my age range except for one, but I don't even like him all that much. So I just basically have 3 months to myself in this small room playing video games, watching YouTube, working out, listening to music. But I basically become a no life in weekends and breaks because I can't hang out with anyone. Um,
Alrighty.
so there you
Uh,
go. And now moving
there's
on
a
to
summary.
yes,
There's some.
there's the summary. That's all good. Why do we hate high school? Don't really. I just don't like the education system, but social, it's all good. Uh,
But then again, moving on to our third topic, the
mm-hmm.
vaping epidemic,
Yeah.
and I have a personal connection with this because
Mm.
most of my friends do in fact vape, and it's not that it bothers me, it's that when they say like when they try and peer pressure
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
If I could just
I
say something real quick, um, you can do whatever you want with your money or your body. Like if you want to vape, if you want to jewel, if you want to hit a wax pen, if you want to smoke weed, you can
if you
do
want to do
that,
that, then
and no one can stop you. You know, except for the law, except for the feds. But the
it's the
main thing,
feds.
yeah. But the main thing is we're not telling you at all what you should and should not do. We're just giving you our personal opinion, and you can totally 100% disagree with that. It's just uh,
It's
you know,
just a
you
podcast. We're here to have fun.
yeah, you can do whatever you want. This is just what we think. So
But
I'm sorry, continue.
But back to it, like, yeah, yes, I have vaped before about a year and a half ago on a dare, and some people are saying, some people would say like, oh, it's not gonna do anything. Um, I did not get addicted to nicotine, miraculously. I don't know how much was in it. Probably an extremely low amount. But then I like my friends have like fixes, jewels, like 5%, 10, like 20. One
That's
person
a
I saw,
lot.
like it doesn't sound like a lot, like to someone who doesn't know like much about nicotine, but
Mm,
that's a lot.
yeah.
Like that like not even like I like if it's 20, I'm for sure not taking a head off of it
Mm,
because that's like an instant addiction, and I don't want to be addicted to like a drug because of course you
yes.
can look at a lot of
Drug,
scenario.
jewel, whatever.
Yeah, like you can look at like there's millions of cases of addiction and
Hmm.
leading to like violence and that stuff, and I don't really
Violence.
well I mean like well not
Oh,
nicotine
oh,
addiction but like addiction in
yeah,
general.
yeah.
Like having an addiction is like just bad in general, in my
Hmm.
opinion.
Yep.
But
I personally have never done any sort of jewel vaping wax pen.
I
I guess you would classify it as inhalants. I haven't done any of that, and yes, I have been uh, someone pulled me into a bathroom in the library, and they said,
mean,
hey, do you want to hit it? You want to hit this jewel? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, listen, okay, I know it kind of sounds like I'm peer pressuring you here, but I don't, and I don't mean to, but I mean, come on, it's not that bad. It's like, honestly, I'm just not into it because the thing is, for me, when it comes to inhalants, is
no matter what, it's going to damage your lungs.
yes, if you
Like,
inhale smoke, that is bad for you. Some people have the defense of saying, well, hey, Juuls and vaping is better than smoking a cigarette. And yes, while that may be true, you are still inhaling smoke. I don't care what kind of smoke you inhale, have that be tobacco smoke, have that be, vape smoke, marijuana, fucking anything. It's just if you
it's
breathe in things that aren't in our atmosphere normally, it's going to hurt you.
and it may hurt you in the smallest ways. It may hurt you in the biggest ways, but at the
Hmm.
end of the day,
Causing diseases, cancer,
you're you are still slowly killing yourself.
basically. Uh,
And yes, it's not as you're not killing as fast as like cigarettes, but you are still slowly killing yourself.
mhm.
You
like
are
like no one.
hindering.
I understand no one dies from a marijuana overdose. No one actually has. I doubt anyone's ever died from like a wax pen overdose or like a jewel overdose. And if someone is, please someone correct me. But
I have
I'm
to
pretty
Google
I'm
it.
pretty sure no one has overdosed from that. But like it's not about that. It's about secondhand
It's about
smoking. It's about, I guess, firsthand smoking. It like
long-term effects.
yes. And so now we're gonna relate that into our school. I would say roughly 2/3 of our school has some sort of inhalant
Like,
or
yeah,
has done it and does it regularly.
like there. Honestly, I think three-fourths of the school has done it once, and then like and 50% like are doing it like constantly.
Yeah, and these are all rough
Like that.
estimates. Don't take this like completely.
This
We have a
this
high
is
school of
from
about like
what we've seen.
2,000 people
Two,
around there.
3,000,
Two,
3,000,
three, whatever around there.
somewhere in there. But this is from all but what I've seen personally. I have friends that do this on a constant basis.
Hmm.
Um, so this is just from my point of view. I don't know what your number is. I
Yeah.
don't know if you have seen people.
No, like we have, I believe, 24 bathrooms on campus. 12 being girls, 12 being
Roughly.
boys, and mostly boys are the ones who vape. Um, and almost at all times there's at least one boy in one of the bathrooms uh, vaping or something
Like
like that.
like it's not that hard to come across someone vaping.
Yeah.
And I remember I have this friend, Greg, you know him. Um, he did pull me aside in one class, or not in one class, but in a bathroom. We run into each other all the time. But he did he tried to force me. Like this wasn't like some peer pressure. This was like full on like he was trying to shove a fix in my mouth.
Oh well, that's.
Obviously,
I
I'm
don't
not
think that'll
about
it'll
that.
work like that. I don't think like if you just
Well,
put it into.
he wouldn't. Yeah, but he was like implying that I should try, and I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not trying to be
Oh
responsible
yeah,
if he
we're
does.
not gonna say any names throughout this whole podcast because we don't want to start any angry mobs or get like sued for defamation, anything like
We're gonna
that.
say fake names. We're gonna
Yeah.
make fake names. We're gonna give them
Yes.
fake names. So one, they don't know we're talking about them,
Hmm.
and if they do find out, they can't. You know, simple stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, after that, I mean, I don't talk to him anymore. I personally
Good.
despise the hell out of him.
Good.
After
Um.
he is just um an idiot. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. He. I would say that I still am friends and hang out with people who jewel, who vape. Um, but I obviously don't partake in it and I don't support it. But I also don't say like, oh my gosh, you're gonna get
You
lung
also
cancer
don't
from
try
that,
and
right?
like, yeah, you also don't try and be like
And basically
the
not the
one
PETA for
guy.
vapors.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But I
Um.
mean,
So and further with like 2/3 half of the school vaping or whatever, we have security guards, and these security guards are actually trained to go into the bathroom and well, I guess they're not really trained, but they're ordered, I guess, to go into the bathroom and like check all them, like sweep the halls for people who are vaping, and
people who vape,
um
ditch, all that.
yep,
Basically, your typical high school.
yep. Um, but uh, the security guards have actually made friends with the people who vape and who like openly tell them that they like smoke weed and even do cocaine. We have some
Yes, yeah, like
kids in our
that.
school that do cocaine.
Like I don't personally make friends with this. I know people who do it. I just like weed's a whole different level. Like I have
Yeah.
friends who do weed. I have, but once it
Weed
moves
is
up to cocaine,
nothing compared to cocaine.
like once it goes to cocaine, that's honestly like if it was my best friend on it, like on a serious note, if it was my best friend who does smoke weed, um, and if she did move up to cocaine, then that's where I draw the line, kind
Hmm.
of say, all right, you
Yeah,
either
you.
need to get a hold of yourself,
Yep.
or
There's a
I mean,
problem.
there's obviously a problem here.
And hey guys, if any of you have addictions, just honestly
You
talk
you
to
you
someone about
need
it. Talk to a
like like
therapist.
like you need help.
Yeah,
Like
go to
I'm not
like an
gonna put it.
addiction hotline or something like that because it's just something that none of us should deal with, and many
It's not
people
something you
deal
should
with
put on
and
yourself.
die on a daily basis. And I really want all of you guys, to be, alive and live a happy, good life. Uh, but so I think we're trying to also keep this first episode pretty short because I've
Pretty
learned that
short.
with
We probably
podcasts you're
already
supposed to
hit
keep
the
it,
20-minute walk
yeah,
or
something like
20
that.
minute.
I don't know, maybe you're supposed to keep it to like 15 or 20 minutes.
But I
So
mean,
I think we've covered all the topics that we wanted to, and I think we'll just close it out now. So uh, I'm Greg Hamilton.
I'm Jacob Knudsen. This has been the High Schooler Opinion Podcast, Episode 1.
Thank you all so much for listening.